All right, on today's rig experiment, we are putting the FX6 and a V-mount package and 16-35 lens all on the DJI RS3 Pro. So a lot of you might say, why not just use the FX3? I don't like the FX3. I love the internal ND on the FX6. So before I get defensive, this is for an 8-hour corporate shoot, and let's see how it goes. It's just too much, and it's not really a weight issue, it's a balance issue. I have the camera pulled forward as far as I can, and it's still not enough. So I have the lens extended to 16, which actually extends the barrel when you go wide. That's not enough. It is just too much weight in the back. So unfortunately, I don't think this is gonna work. I mean, I do have a video where I ran the FX6 on a gimbal using the internal BP battery, this vlog, and it went great. I was able to just charge that single battery that came with the camera throughout the day. For this corporate job that I'm doing, it is 8 hours long, and I'm not sure how many moments I'm gonna have to stop and charge. So I was really trying to avoid buying a second Sony BP battery, because I just feel like there's a trap as a videographer where you feel like you need to buy one piece of equipment for every single job, and I've done that and I don't want to do that. So trying to use what I have, but I don't think the V-mount setup's gonna work. So my other option is to rent. Now I could rent a battery for about, I think it's about 50 bucks for 3 or 4 days. The whole battery new is, I think, 190. So I'd probably rather just buy the new battery just in case. I know a lot of you are potentially thinking, why not just use a FX3? This camera isn't supposed to fit here. I don't like the FX3 for my own work. If it's for other people's work, sure. But the internal ND is just too valuable to me. I do not want to give it up. And the plethora of physical buttons here, it's just not the same as an FX3. I do want a second FX6 for gimbal work, so I can have this one with all of this on top of it, and that will be the handheld setup. And then a second one stripped down, just camera, lens, and the OEM monitor. And that is no problem on here. Like I said, I've done it many times. By the way, this is a surf contest happening in El Salvador. An Instagram buddy, Sam, is actually there documenting the America Samoa surf team. This is, I think, the qualifiers for the Olympics. So really interested to see what he makes out of that. Sam, post it, let us know. But for now, I'm stumped.
If you guys don't know who Morefield Visuals is, I highly recommend checking him out. He has a really cool YouTube channel. He started it a while back. I've been following him from the beginning. And he's picking up some really good traction. He's in Florida. I'm from Florida.
Hell yeah, brother.
Just got really inspired by his vlogs.
All right, we got some more accurate numbers. So the Sony BPU 35, which is what I have on my camera, is 160. And I could see it where I could use these continually, but like I said, I want to use this with V-mount. I don't want to be taking it on and off. That's where the second FX6 come into mind. But what I could do is rent from the local rental house. I love using the Lens Pal. They're here in Orlando. And I can rent one for $28. And since it's an 8-hour day, I could do 2. So that way I have 3 BPU 30s. The total comes to 50, probably 65 with tax. And that could solve that issue, but it would be renting, not buying. All right, quick stop at the local photo camera store. I bought this, used it, and I don't want it. I want the wide-angled version, but it was in a pinch and I needed to get it, so within the 15-day window to return. I always check the glass case because I don't think anyone's ever gonna buy these. C300 and a C100. They're probably gonna stay in here for a while, especially 3500 for a C300 Mark 1 that does 1080 8-bit. I mean, come on. Actually, if I go to the small rig wall I see FX6 output D-tap power cable. So I think I can power the FX6 with D-tap via my V-mount, but I don't know if I trust small rig electronics. I'm gonna pass. As I break the camera down, I'll just fill you in a little bit more about how I got this job. So I pay for the service on Production Hub. I have found it to be, I have found it to have a very good return on investment, and I pay for the highest cost one, and it has brought me so many jobs. So this one was, there was a lead that was matched to me. That's how Production Hub works. You put in all of your keywords, and when a production company is searching on there, they type in all of their requirements, and then Production Hub says these videographers or whatever match. And then I get an email that says you've been matched. So it's on me at that point to go to the lead, email them, and try to present myself in a way that makes it look enticing to them. So that's exactly what I did. It was, the job description was about 8 hours of conference videography. It sounded very minimal, and so I sent them my reel. I said, this is the exact type of space that I work in, that I'm familiar with. And then I got an email back saying, let's do a discovery call. So I did that. The guy said, I loved your reel. So for all of you guys who are, wondering, like, maybe you're not getting work on Production Hub. Well, it could be that they looked at your website and didn't have enough confidence in the work that you're showing. So he said, I loved your reel. It's exactly what we do. And then we just started talking. So I would use that opportunity. If you have them on the phone, use that opportunity to portray yourself as a human. Obviously, you're great at providing your service and you want to instill that confidence in them, but also you want to show them that you're just a normal, easy to work with type of person. And that's essentially where the conversation was going, to the point where they said, hey, I don't see any reason why this shoot will go poorly. It sounds like you know what you're doing. And we have a lot of other events in Florida, so maybe this can keep working. So that's music to my ears, where one job turns into a strong client. And that is next week. So if you remember in the last vlog, I said I don't have any work coming up in the next 2 weeks, but that could change in 10 minutes. Well, it did, thanks to Production Hub. So I do recommend putting your services on sites like that, and making your profile as good as possible, because you want these people to look at your stuff and instantly be amazed by it. If you guys have questions about it, I'm not sponsored by Production Hub. I wish I was. Hopefully they reach out to me. I have some more consultation calls lined up. If you guys want to talk about gear or freelancing in general, efforts that you want to put in as a freelance person, let me know. I've been through a lot of these, and I have things that I like and don't like, things that have worked and not worked for me or my friends, and I'm happy to share. Let me know what you guys think about all this. If you have improvements, let me know, because I don't know everything. I know some things, and I will happily take advice. There's a guy on YouTube who used YouTube vlogging to help his business grow, and it's very relevant because he grew up from the same town that I did, well, a couple cities over, and he moved down to Key West to pursue his dream. It's a crazy story. He had a couple $100, but he wanted to be a fishing guide in the Keys. If you haven't been in the Keys, it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. Ended up making a YouTube channel, and he takes people on spearfishing tours in the Keys. Now, the crazy part is he films his vlogs, which are 20 to 40 minutes, just with the GoPro. nothing crazy. And they're all the same. He goes out, he catches a fish, and then comes back and maybe cooks it. Sometimes he doesn't even cook it. He just shows you how to spearfish. And his videos have 50, 100, 500,000, 1 million views consistently. And that is directly helping his business, his spearfishing business. People know him. They are familiar with him. I looked at his day rates. I mean, technically it's called a day rate, but to do a 6-hour spearfish with him where he takes you out is $1,200, and an 8-hour is $1,500. So he's making money. He's doing exactly what he loves, and he was able to kickstart his business and give it a massive jump by just filming fun stuff that he was going to do anyways. Obviously it has to do with his job, so that makes a big difference. But his title work and thumbnail work is so good, it just makes you want to see what the video is about. So it's this thing that I keep realizing. It's you do half of your career and you do half of your social media documentation. If you can grow both pillars, one supports the other and takes you further than just one of them would. So if you guys have a vlog idea, I recommend exploring it. And definitely check out his videos.